Hello, welcome to UCLIQ Educational Series, Episode 4. Today we will be talking about different payout types, and we start with ratio payout type. So, what is ratio payout type? Basically, it's a percentage-based payout to publisher based on conversion figure, conversion amount received as a postback from your advertiser. Let's look at our offers. Let's look for active offers only. So we have three offers configured for different payout types. We have in general three payout types. Ratio payout types is available to all customers with all plans, and additional fixed payout types are available with customers with brokerage functionality enabled. Let's look at ratio. So uh, let's look here. From the overview of the offer, we see this offer accept international traffic, accept traffic from all devices. It's configured as a default payout ratio, and payout ratio is set fixed as 80% for this offer. Let's look inside. I will go to financial sections and look for configuration for this offer. So advertiser said this offer is declared as a PPL offer, and we have configured payout type as ratio instead of using publisher ratio, which may be different for different publishers, configured in publisher section. We have a fixed payout ratio 80%. It's a default payout ratio. You can set a custom ratio, again available as additional functionality, but let's review 80% ratio here. Total daily cap is 100 conversion in rolling 24 hours. Generate lead is whether to show zero some conversions, basically lead registration without payment to publishers or not. Um, let's go to our publisher panel and look at the offers. So this is a based offer we have. So for this offer, we don't have any expected payout because we don't know what kind of payout will be expected. It's just based on amount sent by the advertiser. If you go inside, we have configured domain, we have tracking link. Let's copy the tracking link and let's test this offer. So we have a prelent in our platform configured for it. Let's click on it. This is a sample demo advertiser page. So instead of this page, you will have real advertiser website. Some action has to be taken. They will send a conversion. You can use your post backlink and you copy your click IDs there and you can generate a fake conversion just to test it. But usually that comes from advertiser system. Here we can enter any random amount to test this conversion type. So we have entered $100 as postback amount. Let's generate a postback. Let me close it. And let's go to admin panel and look for process and log. Conversion registration may take up to 1 minute. And we should see $100 coming from an advertiser, but $80 being sent to publisher because we have 20% commission. So payout is 80%. So 80% of $100 is $80. So that's what we see here. We have advertiser transaction. Let's review it. So we see advertiser blue, source is advertiser, offer, this is offer we configured, uh, this is a campaign name, traffic type SEO, type of conversion CPS, uh, and because the way we kind of internally manage types are CPL is like zero conversion is lead registration. If advertiser is paying for lead, it will be registered as CPS. If it's non-zero amount lead, right? Even though it may be a PPL one, it's just to make sure you understand it clearly. And any additional conversion after this conversion, after the first paid conversion, come into account to basically not to account, but to the same click, within the same click, any additional conversion on the same click will be registered as CPR, which is a recurral payment, whatever. It means it's not the first conversion to this account. Payout type ratio, that's exactly what we configure. There is no budget. We will talk budgets later in series. And here is information about rate source. So we can see here it's offer default rate. So information about rate is coming from the offer. In an offer, we configured for everybody default rate 80%. So if we had switched on publisher ratio, it will be coming from a particular publisher. So it would say publisher ratio. So original sale, that's amount in original currency. Platform supports multi-currency operations, so it can be in any currency. It will be converted to base currency of the platform of how you set it up. Here is it's in dollars, so it's equals. Net is amount paid to publisher, $80. There is no referrals. Fee is what you retain as a operator. That's $20, and net fee is basically fee minus referrals. So because referrals zero, so it's $20. So campaign balance is $80 because we have credited $80 to this campaign of the publisher offer campaign. So it's positive balance, and we keep track of all balances for all campaigns. Here is information about impression, and we can see related transactions for the same click ID and so on and so forth. Now let's look into publisher transaction. What we see here is similar information. Its ratio amount is $80 of conversion generated for publisher, campaign balance zero. So when we received advertiser transaction, right? We credited $80 to publisher campaign. When we post this conversion to publisher, we debited by $80, so it remains zero. Let's look in the publisher panel. This is the offer we tested, and let's see what we have in conversions. So as expected, we see $80 here. We can have a look. There are no subsequent conversions for the same click. And if we would have more conversions, they would be appearing here as well. If we had declines, they will be appearing here as well. Let's do a decline. We can go in conversion scoring section, and we can see this conversion. So you can see data, like IPs, fingerprints. This one considered like almost fraudulent transaction because it's basically a number of transactions generated from same IP, but you can work with it. We will be talking about anti-fraud features in next episodes. And we can see that we received $100, we credited publisher $80, so it's all good here. And we can see some details about all the matching patterns. And here is information about conversion. And we see kind of details about it all. If we want to decline, we can just press decline here, and we choose what kind of decline attribute we're going to assign. So it may be none, just whatever, some decline you want to do. You can mark it as fraud, motivated, duplicate for unnecessary conversions to just duplicate it. Advertiser decline is basically when you receive fraud report, or test is basically usually it's for post-back tests. And you can choose whether to generate a decline for advertiser. Usually it's when advertiser reports a fraud or any kind of fraud report or just chargebacks. You have to make sure your balances are correct. You have to register it as an advertiser conversion, and you can decide whether or not to debit publisher. So if you don't tick this and create a decline, it will be declined. So you will see in your information in reports and everything everywhere that advertiser is not going to pay you this amount, but you're still paying it to publisher. You may choose to do it for some publishers, highly yielding publishers. You don't want to upset them with one random conversion that is dubious, so you just forgive them the money. Basically, you're paying out of your pocket. So you have to make sure you know what kind of declines you choose. So let's decline it for both. And you can see all the information about it here. So let's create this decline. I have to change attribute to test and create a decline. So let's go and see what we have in publisher panel. And you can see we get a decline for $80. And so first we were credited 80, now we debited 80. Also, what you can do, you can reverse this decline. You see it's attribute is test because we're doing test. That's original and it's marked as declined. What we can do, we can confirm it. So it will be reversed back. And if you look here, you see there is an adjustment for $80. First we had conversion, decline, and then adjustment. So it's all good now. We have balance of $80. And this is pretty much how ratios are working. Let's look at publishers panel really quickly and see how this rate, individual rate, can be set up. So let's go to finance section. And you see for this particular publisher, custom ratio is 90%, but offer ratio is 80%. So we set offer ratio to take over publisher ratio. That's why 80% was applied. If we go and change back this offer, here, and let's say we switch ratio to publishers ratio, and let's do another conversion. And let's say $50. So in previous, we created $100 and we received $80. Now we will do $50 and the publisher ratio has to be applied. Let's double check we have publisher ratio selected. Yes, publisher ratio is here. Okay, so we're doing $50, so we're supposed to receive $45 conversion. Let's look at our processing log. It's not yet there. So we should see two conversions coming in for $50 from advertiser and for $45 to publisher. Can take up to a minute. So after update, we can see we received $50 from advertiser and the $45 was credited to publisher. If we open up, we see fee $5 was taken, 45 credited to campaign, and here after doing publisher transaction we see 45 was paid and campaign balance became 0. Let's double check it in publisher panel. Let's go to conversions and we see $45 came in. So that's pretty much how fixed ratios work. It's very standard. One thing I want to show you is if you have additional functionality enabled, you can select custom rates for publishers. You cannot change it right here just because it's disabled. You can see because we set up as sorry, wrong click. We set up it as publisher ratios. If we choose to go back to default rate, we will have ability now to configure custom payout rates. So there is an optional kind of rate here. We can archive it. We don't need it. and we can add new one. So let's say we're working with publisher blue for all geography, for all traffic type, for all devices, platform, and you can configure as detailed targeting for this rate as you want. We can choose specific percentage rate. So it can be for a group of publishers for specific set of targeting parameters. And then you can set up this rate. So for ratio mode, you only choose which payout rate to use. And for fixed modes, you will be actually putting real conversion amount. So let's say 50%. For this test, we want to see 50%. So we see for all publishers, let's just make it for blue, but yeah, it's blue. Yeah, one publisher. And we can, if we click, we can see what kind of publisher. We just have to press edit. Is there? So now, uh, despite having 80% here, for this particular publisher, we will be paying 50% instead of 80. And for other publisher, it will be 80 as specified here. So let's test it. Ratio. Let's take a link. And let's do $20. So we should receive $10 to publish. Okay, I'll take a little bit of time, to 1 minute to process it. And here we have it. We received advertiser transaction for $20. We took commission $10 here, net fee, and net will be paid to publisher. It's credited to campaign balance. And now we also have publisher transaction, and basically it credits $10 to publisher. Campaign balance becomes 0. And that's what we should see in here. And that's what we received. We received $10. So 50% custom rate was applied. And that's pretty much how ratios work. In next episodes, we will be looking through some brokerage functions, custom fixed rates for cumulative, pay per lead modes, budgets, and so on and so forth. See you soon.